Steve, having had a couple of days to reflect on everything that happened on Sunday, action on the pitch, action off the pitch, what are your reflections?
Good game, thought we played well. Disappointed not to get a point. I think we deserved a point. Off the pitch, I think the club statement pretty much deals with that one, so it's probably better I just leave it at that.
If I could just ask you one personal question on that, do you as a manager, I know that some of the players have said they don't always feel safe at games, but you as a manager coming out into cauldrons of atmosphere sometimes in Scottish football, do you feel safe, or do you sometimes feel uneasy about your own safety?
Never think about myself. Out there to do a job, concentrating on the team. Sometimes I don't even notice the crowd, to be honest.
But are you worried on behalf of your players for their safety?
Not really, no. Obviously the worrying fact on Sunday was that people came onto the pitch. But there is I believe it's a criminal offence to go on the pitch. So there's plenty of cameras, plenty of faces will be on those cameras. The authorities have to deal with it.
Chris, what I was saying last night, it's only a matter of time before someone gets an eye taken out or something serious happens, and then people might react at that point. Do you share his opinions it's important that something's done before something more serious happens?
Of course, you don't want anybody throwing anything. People go to football to watch the game. They should go watch the game. Everyone keeps talking about the mindless minority, and it is. But I think the more sensible majority, they also have a part to play. They have to point out the mindless minority, and then the authorities can deal with it better.
I wouldn't say it's a trend, but we have seen a number of incidents of this nature across the course of the season. Is there a point where if it keeps happening, the clubs have to be held responsible to a point?
Not really for me to get involved in that one. I think the sad thing for me is that we're sitting here on a Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Sitting here on a Tuesday morning before we play a massive cup game tomorrow night. We put up a terrific show against dare I say it, the champions-elect in Scotland. I'm sure there's a few clubs I've got something to say about that. And we're sitting here talking about issues that we shouldn't be talking about, so it'll be good if the authorities can act, can deal with it strongly, and then we can all move on and talk about football, which is what we all want to do.
Do you understand the interest in it though? Because it's not just once that's happened, it's been...
No, I understand the media interest in it, but like I said before, is a wide-ranging subject that has to be covered by a lot of people, and I'm not really sure that football managers should be put in the position to discuss this. We're here to talk about football, our team, our players, opposition team, opposition players. That's what we should be talking about.
You said the manner of the celebration perhaps was a backhanded compliment to your team. What do you take from that, and the fact that you have been so competitive against the bigger side since you came in?
Hopefully the same competitive edge into Wednesday night, which will be another cracking game, great atmosphere. I know my players are really looking forward to the game.
How do you think sides like Rangers view facing Kilmarnock now?
I don't know, probably a better question to ask Stephen than me. I think they know that by and large we're going to give them a tough game. We're going to try and pose them as many problems as we can, and hopefully we can get the result that sends our supporters home happy on Wednesday night.
Is this one of those games where, not a free hit for you, but the pressure falls firmly on Rangers, the expectancy, bigger budget, home advantage, whereas you guys can just rock up and enjoy it, I guess, to a degree?
I'll put enough pressure on my players. I want to be in the next round of the Cup, and my players want to be in the next round of the Cup, so the pressure that we put ourselves under will be big enough.
Is the fact that it's a cup tie, does that change your approach at all?
No. Same approach as always. Train well, work hard in training, get ready for the game, prepare properly, make sure that we're tactically ready, physically ready, which we will be, and then try and give your best on the night.
The fact that they do have that home advantage, does that you have to frustrate them a bit more and stop them getting that momentum and stop them getting the crowd behind them? Is that something that you think?
No, it's not about going to frustrate them. It's about going and playing as well as we can play. If we do that, then we can cause Rangers problems.
And you know you can because you've already beaten them. Does that give you confidence?
We take confidence into every game. No problem with the confidence of the players. We go to all these places expecting to be competitive, and that's what we'll do on Wednesday.
Would you say, Steve, it's perhaps a bit of a cliche to say that this is a dangerous time to play Rangers, coming off the result they had at the weekend, that Stephen will be looking for a response from his players, and if you look at the way they've played, generally speaking, after a poor result, they have gone out and given him a response. Does that make them a wounded animal, a more dangerous animal, so to speak?
Yeah, same as ourselves. We're wounded. We lost on Sunday. We don't like losing here at home, and normally we bounce back well from a bad result, so it should be a good game.
Alfredo Morelos is back for this game for Rangers. Is he, for Rangers, both their biggest asset, but can he also be, liability is perhaps a strong word, but can he jeopardise their games at times?
I think Stephen will be happy that he's got Morelos available for this game. He's a terrific player. He's definitely a threat. I'm hopeful that I'll have Stuart Finlay back as well. He's also a terrific player and would give us more strength at the back. So hopefully they can cancel each other out.
The view from outside is that managers with a player like Alfredo, who's got a track record of setting us off, or perhaps being hot-headed or targeting, does that come into a manager's thinking with a player who's got a track record of disciplinary problems?
Not really. We'll play the game as we always play, hard, competitive, and as fair as we possibly can be.
Team news for the weekend, for this tomorrow, inside.
Obviously Kit Broadfoot will miss out suspension. Everyone else hopefully is fit and available, like I said, and I say hopefully is concerning Stuart Finlay. I'm hopeful that Stuart will be ready.
As footballers, Alan Powell might get a bit of a reception. Is he big enough and ugly enough to take that?
I wouldn't think he'll get any reception at all. It was an incident in a game that's passed, it's gone, it's been dealt with, everyone's spoken about it. It's time to move on, look for the next game.
Steve, you'll be well reminded on a regular basis, I'm sure, of how much cup success means to the people around here. You've got guys like Raymond Montgomery around who lifted the trophy. How wonderful would it be for you, as someone who's got passion for this part of Scotland, to go on this, continue this cup run and make it a serious trip to Hampden?
No, like I said before, earlier in the interview, it's we're determined to be in the next round of the cup. After that, who knows what's going to happen, but the only thing you can do in cup football is win the game in front of you. So the next game in front of us is a tough replay away at Ibrox, and we look to win the game.
Billy Bowie's been some quotes from him in the papers this morning about how he wants to make Kilmarnock 3 times as big as they are now, and he's had some enjoyable conversations about that with you, and there's chat about facilities being added around the rugby park area. Does that just inspire you to think of where Kilmarnock could go in the next few years?
It gives me a good feeling to think that I've been part of the growth of the club over the last 15-16 months since, is it longer than that? Whatever the timescale is, it's been good to see the growth of the club. The supporters are coming back. We'd like to get more supporters back, and we'd like to build the club, and Billy's got big ambitions for it, and if I can play a small part in helping Billy to do that, then that would be great.
You've obviously had loads of brilliant experiences over your career, both playing and managing, and some of your managing at some of the biggest clubs in England. But where would you rank your time in Kilmarnock, given just from the point of view of life enjoyment as well? I'm not going to put a rank or a mark on it, whatever, because I'm not finished yet. So maybe at the end I'll give you a mark out of 10.